Hello, Leo. This is your March 2016 reading. So I'm going to shuffle for another minute. I'm using the spread from my last reading for the February love readings. Wheel of Fortune flipped over. The February love readings were really successful, meaning that a lot of you said that they were on point and really spoke to your situation. And I've been giving a lot of readings. I've been so busy, so I apologize for this reading being a few days late. Okay. Okay. I'm now going to cut the cards. Your first card is the Hermit. You have a Queen of Swords in reverse. This could be a person. Air sign. We have Temperance. Temperance has shown up a couple times. I think it showed up in the last reading for Cancer. I think it's the Star also. We have the High Priestess. This is strange. You're getting a lot of major arcana cards right out of the gate, Leo. The Fool is in reverse. So far, 4 major arcana cards. Judgment in reverse. Wow. Big changes. Big, big changes. You have Knight of Swords. Now you're a fire sign, Leo. And so far I don't see any wands. Oh, here we go. This is 3 of Wands in reverse. I love this tarot deck. It is the Golden Tarot by Cat Black, which I used for February's readings. And they're very spiritual, very beautiful. And I've been able to give some very interesting readings with this deck, with the imagery. And then you have Ace of Cups. So we're heading into whatever this is situation. You're going to end up with some emotional, you're going to end up with some happiness or falling in love or something like that, Leo. So you have some fire here, but you have all of these major arcana. Now, Leo, the first thing I want to say when I look at the major arcana is that you are a fire sign. And fire signs can be a very quick energy, impulsive energy. You guys, fire signs, especially Leos, you have to be the star of the show. You're outgoing. You are out there. You're not the type to be air signs, to be shut away or living in your brain and thinking all the time. You know, you love to talk and interact with people. So this hermit is really interesting here. Being alone, having contemplating things, being alone to contemplate, think about things. And that is not necessarily your nature, but it seems like that's the energy that's going to be taking place, that is taking place. And then you have temperance, which I think is only fair. I think this fire needs to be tempered sometimes to pull back. And then you have this Queen of Swords in reverse. Now, the Hermit, quiet, solitary contemplation. Temperance, finding emotional balance. High Priestess, connecting with your intuition, your gut instincts. The Fool in reverse. The Fool in reverse is um, not necessarily a new beginning, but you're not taking any risks. You're pulling back. And then Judgment card in reverse means that some huge change or decision is going to be delayed. Usually, when the Judgment card happens, an event is going to happen that will change your life irrevocably for good, and then there's a new beginning. Judgment means um, an accumulation of all the things that have happened before, and whatever has happened before in the past, based on the decisions and the actions, there's a reckoning, and that new change, that decision, that event happens, and then there's a new resurrection. There's a judgment day, and then not just resurrection of the dead, but I guess a new life. That's what I meant. But it seems like this new start or this new life is going to be put on hold. And that's been a theme for, I think, Cancer, where Cancer was lingering or staying behind, and not in wanting to get a fresh start, but not getting that start. But it seems as if with the combination of the Hermit, Temperance, and High Priestess, that there is this very, very deep spiritual inner contemplation. That's what these three cards are about. That's what they have in common. That, and this is so unlike the fire, but I think it's something that maybe you need to do or are doing, where there's this quiet contemplation, and maybe you've been alone, maybe you've been waiting for love, and you're just taking time to think about things to get your own emotional stability back. And so you're not rushing into things as indicated with the Fool and the Judgment card. That is interesting. Now, this Queen of Swords, we have a Queen of Swords here, which is an air sign in reverse. And then we have another court card, Knight of Swords. This could be the same person because they're both air. And when a Queen of Swords is in reverse, the Queen of Swords normally is the energy of someone who's very wise and intelligent and can be judgmental, but this person has clarity and able to see things clearly and make wise decisions. A counselor. But when it's in reverse, this is someone who can be a little mistrustful, overly judgmental and narrow-minded, very critical with words, and very intolerant, basically, very standoffish. Um, they pull back emotionally. I'm a Queen of Swords. That would be my significator in tarot as an air sign, where I can be very intellectual. I can be a a huge thinker about the details and things like that. But I think my more negative aspects is that I would cut off myself from people or just not reach out to people, or I would overthink things. But so this Queen of Swords could be someone who is very maybe controlling or manipulative or paranoid, which is why it's in reverse. And maybe this energy will start to change into Knight of Swords for this person. So there seems to be a wall here that maybe you're alone because someone is putting up walls, Leo. Um, and there's a need to just sort of separate, take a break, and think things over, which is why we have the Hermit and Temperance surrounding this person. And then we have the High Priestess, which is a very, she knows everything. She knows, she taps into those secrets, the mysteries of life. And she she can also, I think the High Priestess is also an energy of not just psychic energy. She's like the energy of tapping into dreams and um, it could be some information will be coming where your dreams will be significant, that there's going to be some psychic energy or spiritual energy that's coming into this situation as well. But the mysteries and the secret knowledge, this is the High Priestess. But most of the time when I see this card, it means trusting your instincts, Leo. Trusting um, what your spiritual nature is telling you. Reaching for your highest self. And I think that also, as I said before, this goes along very well with the Hermit and the High Priestess in Temperance, especially as it surrounds this person. So we have these new beginnings. The Fool is someone who is happy and carefree. It's an energy of moving forward, taking a risk. It's the very first card in the major arcana. Its number is 0, and 0 has really no value. The Magician is the number 1, but the Fool really isn't having a place in the major arcana. The Fool can exist anywhere in the beginning, middle, and end, but the Fool will always take risks. The Fool will always go forward without any care for what's happened before or after. The present, past, and future don't have any meaning. The Fool exists only in one moment where the past, present, and future can all exist together. That's been my interpretation based on my readings about the Fool. Now, this is in reverse. So this newness, and especially since the Judgment card, and the Judgment card is close to the end of the major arcana because it is card number 20. The World is the last major arcana card, and it's number 21. So it's interesting that this Judgment card, where there's a judgment, there's an event, and things begin anew, this new world comes, this new heaven follows judgment. That's why the world follows the Judgment card. That after Judgment Day, the earth will be made new. And that is going to be delayed. These cards have such a strong spiritual interpretation here. So, Leo, based on what I've read so far, there's a quiet contemplation, a very slow energy. And in a relationship reading, as I take this in matters of love and relationships, this person who's being, you're kind of trying to temper this energy of this person who's being very judgmental and critical of you or bringing this energy to you. And you're sort of pulling back. And it seems as almost as if you're protecting yourself because this person does have a sword here that they're using in the wrong way. But at the same time, as you pull back and contemplate, it's stopping this, it's delaying, because I think this will happen. I think the Fool and Judgment are going to turn upright, and this new Judgment Day will happen, and you're going to have some new beginning. And I think that's confirmed because in your near future, you're leaving off with this Ace of Cups, which means this emotional happiness, this almost spiritual emotional ecstasy that's following um, these other two cards. So as we go to your near future, you have this Knight of Swords, and this is a knights act. They're about action. Kings are about ruling and mastering. Queens are about nurturing and giving. Pages are about messages and new adventures starting out. So this Knight of Swords, I think this person who was a Queen of Swords in the negative or in the reverse, now this person seems to be, they're going down from a queen to a knight, but sometimes going from passive energy, passive aggressiveness, which is how I'm interpreting this Queen of Swords in reverse, we're going into action where there's communication, less, more, more productive communication. Um, and how can I say this? So it seems like this passive aggressive critical judgment, we now go to um, this person being in their element. They're being rational, they're being reasonable. But the interesting thing, Leo, is that this Three of Wands is in reverse. This Three of Wands is about um, setting sail, setting your ships to sail, to make new discoveries, to bring back wealth and prosperity, making long-term plans. And it seems as if you're reluctant to do that. And I think this falls into line with why the Fool and the Judgment card are also reversed, because these are cards about moving into a new world, a new phase, a new cycle, a new beginning, where all things are wiped away or erased and you start over. But I have a feeling, Leo, it's going to be really difficult for you to do that with this person, this air sign, this swords person. Um, but love seems to come anyway. Maybe you're not making long-term plans, but emotionally, I think because this person is, their energy is becoming more stable here with the swords, it seems as if there will be love. It could mean that you move away from this person with the Queen of Swords and you meet someone new. But I have a feeling, though, that because we have this Three of Wands in reverse is facing this Knight of Swords, that maybe you're being very tentative about embarking on a new future with this person or making long-term plans. Nevertheless, it seems as if there will be um, falling in love, a new beginning in love. Aces mean beginnings. And maybe you've decided, maybe this other person has decided to fall in love or give themselves emotionally and give it a chance. Again, that could very well be the case here. And some emotional resolution in this relationship. Now, in other matters such as job or career or family or home, once again, I'm seeing you or a situation where there's pulling back. and isolation and maybe a little bit of loneliness. And you're dealing with this irrational situation. But at the same time, you're not necessarily, you're pulling back, and I think that's reflected in the fact that the Fool and the Judgment are in reverse. You're not necessarily moving towards any big changes in your life right now, Leo. And that is pretty interesting for you because you're not the type of person to pull back from new opportunities. You jump right in there. And that's why this Three of Wands is in reverse. You're not jumping into anything too quickly. So it seems like maybe as far as love, it's like putting your foot in the water, I guess, the beginnings of something. I'm going to shuffle for your outcome card here and see what other information we can get. What is going to be the outcome here? Whoa, what tried to come out? Oh, Two of Wands. Well, that would certainly be your energy, Leo. And then I'm going to pull an Angel Oracle card. Okay. These cards are so glossy sometimes, and you can lose control very quickly. What was this card? Okay, we had the card of death show up. Whoa. What fell out? It is the Five of Wands. Five of Wands means conflict. Um, it doesn't mean necessarily fighting, but you're not going to be on the same page. If this is a relationship, you're not going to be on the same page. There's going to be some bad timing here with the wands. This is your energy, Leo. So you might not be in sync for a little while with this new situation with love. Um, or this happiness. I think whatever the situation is, whether it's job, career, or money, especially it seems as if you've pulled back and you're not willing to take risks, and then maybe you move forward in a positive direction, but you're not going to feel in sync for a little while. If you're starting a new job, you might not feel things coming together right away. And I choose to see this as an internal conflict for you, Leo, especially since this is your energy. Now I'm going to pull your Angel Oracle card. Okay. Your Angel Oracle card, Leo. Ah, very interesting. Clear yourself. Ask the angels to release any toxic energies that you may have absorbed. Okay? Now, maybe this has a lot to do with this solitary, introspective energy that has been happening for you. Okay? And why you've been having this reluctance to have any huge changes in your life. I think that's what might need to happen for you, Leo. And maybe this Queen of Swords is the person who's responsible for some of that toxic energy as well. Very interesting. So, Leo, that was your reading for March. I hope you found it useful. Once again, I'm sorry that it was a little late, but I do appreciate everyone for your comments, your subscriptions, your donations. I thank everyone for I thank you for those of you who've gotten readings from me. And if you would like more specific details and some clarity about your specific situation, you should definitely contact me for a reading. My information is in the description. Um, and I also offer email readings as well. So feel free to contact me. I would love to give you a reading. Um, And I'm glad that for those of you who did get readings, I'm glad that they gave you so much clarity. So I will see you in a few weeks. I wish you a wonderful month of March. I wish you love and light until then. Take care.